Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about core objects in Salesforce because if you really want to understand Salesforce, you need to understand first objects. And everything in Salesforce, automations, like reports, like dashboards, all of it is built on objects. So once objects make sense, Salesforce starts to feel much less confusing. And let's start with Salesforce CRM objects. These are the standard objects Salesforce gives us out of the box. They represent real life business data like customers, like sales, like support cases, and campaigns. The idea is simple. Salesforce already knows how most business works. So instead of build everything from zero, we use these ready-made serum objects. And now, why do standards object exist? The main purpose is to support common business process, and almost every company deals with leads like customers, sales, and orders, right? So standard objects are designed to handle this process in a structured way. They save time in this way, right? They reduce complexity and it gives us best practice by default, right? I think it's also more better. And also let's talk about lead management. Leads represent the potential customers. This is where the business capture interest before a deal even exists, right? Salesforce help track where leads come from, who own them, and what happens next, right? And later, leads can be converted to real customers and opportunities. Next is customer management. And this is mainly handled through accounts and opportunities. Accounts represent the companies or customers. Contact represent the people working at those company. Together, they help Salesforce manage relationships over time, not just one sale. Then we have campaign management. Campaigns help track marketing efforts, so for example, emails, event ads, or promotions. Salesforce connect the campaigns to leads and opportunities, so you can actually see which marketing efforts bring real results. Also, next one is order management. After sales comes order management. This is a very product, prices, orders, and the contracts that come into play. Salesforce doesn't stop at closing a deal. It also helps manage what happens after like orders, like right, and after like assets maybe, and like ongoing relationships. So next one is core sales objects, which is like a product, a price book, a quote, order, assets, contact, right? These are what we call core sales objects. Like products define what you sell. Price book control pricing. Quote and orders manage the sales process. Asset and contacts help track what the customer owns and for how long. Together, these objects support the full sales lifecycle. Also, objects don't just store data, they support real functionality. Things like activity management, opportunity management, case management, analytics, and campaigns. Every action users take in the Salesforce happens on an object. This is why objects are the functionality of everything. So here, but here is the most important part is not every business is the same, right? That's why Salesforce allows customization and expansion. So we are not locked into standard objects forever. The first, we can create custom fields. This allows us to capture business specific information. Then we add automation like flows and validation rules. This helps Salesforce work smarter and it reduce manual work. And when standard objects are not enough, we can create custom objects. Custom objects let us model unique business process. This is where Salesforce becomes extremely powerful. We no longer just using a CRM. We are building a system that fits the business. So today's goal was not to memorize object's name. It was to understand how Salesforce is structured. Once core object makes sense, everything else builds on top of that, right? So in the next video, we will go deeper and use real examples. But this foundation is what makes everything else easier.